Well, it's time for Pi and I to get off to the farm and feed the animals. Well, it's questions and answers day. I get an awful lot of questions, so yeah, it's. I think it's useful though. You know, people like the information, so I'll give it where I can. Mother-in-law's busy scraping the scales off a fish. That's an occupation, isn't it? And what do you do for a living? Oh, scrape fish. Our little one's in the lake already. Yes, it's fishing day, folks. And Pi, she's just itching to get out there. One of the things I keep getting asked about is visas, and of course there's a lot of options open to you. You've got work permit visas, marriage visas, education visa and retirement visa. I believe if you're going to come here on a multiple entry tourist visa, you can still get one for 1 year, but every 3 months you'll have to leave the country and then come back in. A lot of expats here do what they call border runs, but the government a few years back restricted that. What they basically did, they said that if you travel by sea or land, then you'll only ever get 2 weeks stay per entry. So, and I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, maybe a few of the subscribers here can wade in, but I'm not actually sure regarding the restrictions on how many times you can actually do a border run. I've got a funny feeling they've restricted this as well, so you'll have to delve in. Go onto the Thai government's website. It will certainly provide all the information you need. There is of course another side to the visa, and that's the Thai Elite card. Before you before you consider this one, you really need to go to Google and type in Thailand Elite card. There's an awful lot of debate about this card. The cost is about 2 million baht. Whether it's worth it or not, in my view, no. It doesn't really give any tangible benefits. So again, go to Google and check it out. You'll see an awful lot of articles on the subject. How does Pham get to school? That's another question I'll get asked a lot. He's got a bicycle. We bought him a bicycle when we first came up here, and he loves it. School is about 7 kilometres from here, so every morning he gets on his little bicycle with his mates and he cycles to school and then he cycles home again. Loves it. The roads are not too bad where we live. There is some heavy traffic, but they have a tendency to watch out for the kids, so they don't drive overly fast, which is a good thing. Mine, as I go down here, I might fall over. The other question I get asked is, does Pham have any video games? Well, there he is in the water, fishing for snails. Yes, he's an expert snail hunter, that one. No, he doesn't have any video games. I showed him a PlayStation once, but he didn't show much interest in it. He's got a little phone, little mobile phone. Every now and again he'll sort of play on that, but it's a kind of a 5-10 minute thing, and then he's bored and then he wants to get out and about. He's very much an active kid. He really doesn't want to be stuck in the house doing anything. He'd rather be out on the farm or at the lake and just enjoying himself. As you can see by yesterday's video, he's one of these kids where he's just got a really happy disposition and he just loves being outdoors. Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. I couldn't think of a nicer way to spend a childhood than playing around on the farm on the lake. It's just so much better for him. Really beautiful round here by the lake though. It's such a beautiful place. And of course you've got the other lake there. And again, hopefully they're going to open this up in a couple of weeks' time. We'll go fishing in there. Unbelievable. I just like walking down little country lanes. I always have, even when I was a kid. If I could find a bit of countryside where I could go exploring, I used to love it. One of the other questions is, do I get to see many other expats? No, I don't. I live in the wilderness. Bear Giles hasn't got a patch on me. Seriously, this is pretty remote. There are other expats, of course, living in Chiang Rai, and quite a few. But, you know, Chiang Rai is a big province, and most of us are spread out. Where I live, it's only a small little village, and I'm the only I'm the only expat. So yeah, it does get a little bit difficult at times. I've said this before. You know, the only one I've got to communicate with is Pi, and again, it's, as I've said before, it's one of the reasons I like vlogging so much. It's because I get to talk to you guys. And when I wake up in the morning and I'll turn the computer and I've got all these comments, I love it, because it allows me to have a conversation with people. So, you know, again, YouTube is a remarkable thing. It does allow people to connect. So brilliant. Yeah, I love it. As I said, there are a few. There's a fella not living far from me. His name's Gordon Tickle, and he has his own channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. And I'm rather jealous of Gordon, because Gordon's one of these guys, he's very, very good with his hands, and I'm useless. I can't really build anything. I've never been good at DIY. And yeah, it's a bit of a downer really, but Gordon's got his little farm going, and they've just built a little homestead, and they've built a dam, and he's got hydroponics going on. His garden looks really nice. He's got olive trees in there, everything. Oh, it looks really, really nice. If you're interested, head on over to Gordon's channel and again, share the love. Subscribe to his channel, and hopefully he'll get a few more subscribers under his belt. It is interesting. He's got some really good stuff going on there. But no, don't really see many. I've met up with a couple of our subscribers so far, Mark and Noy, as you guys know, another guy called William. I've got Chris coming out in about a week's time, just over a week's time, so really looking forward to meeting Chris and doing a bit of fishing, and yeah, just shoot the breeze with him for a while. It'd be lovely, you know, just somebody else to sit and have a chin wag with, you know, what's going on. So yeah, I love it. I don't mind meeting people. I don't like huge crowds. I never have. Even when I was a kid, you'd never see me in a disco or a nightclub. Hated it. It makes me feel really uncomfortable being around a huge amount of people at one time. So, but I love interacting with people like this, and on a one-to-one or a small group. It's just easier to hold a conversation. Look at this through here, though. Now, last time I took you on the other side of this lake and walked through. So I thought I'd walk through here now. It is beautiful. Such a beautiful view, isn't it? Somebody asked me, do I appreciate my surroundings? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there's not a day that goes by that I don't wake up in the morning with a smile on my face. Seriously, I mean, if this doesn't make you happy, then nothing will. Again, it's a very simple life. It's hard as well. It's tough, but it's so rewarding. There's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing. Now, they've got some stuff going on here. I've not seen this before, because I'm right at the back of the other lake, and it looks like they're actually making a new lake, or a couple of lakes. Look at this. There's a hive of activity going on, but it looks like these could be more lakes. I don't mind fishing, more fishing, and I'll take some fishing as well. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I love the lifestyle. I really do. It's just again, it's tough, but it's easier. There's not a lot of stress to it. Actually, there's almost no stress to it. So you know, living in a city as I did, it's all stress. You know, stress having to get in the car to go to work, stress having to be at work all day in the office, and then stress having to drive home. No, I don't miss that. No. This is it. Living up here is one of those things where you need to come here with a very open mind. It's vastly different from what you would expect in the West. And a lot of the things that people do here, you'll end up looking at and shaking your head in disbelief that they do it. You have to remember that this is their culture and this is the way they live. And it's no good you trying to force your Western ideology upon them. It'll be lost for a start, and they'll look at you like you're just interfering. So I don't do it. If they want to do something their way, let them do it their way. You know, you've got to let people do what they want to do and live their lives how they want to live them. Again, you know, there are times where I look at something and I just shake my head in disbelief, but yeah, it's their way. You know, you've got to be able to adopt the culture. But if you can do that, and if you can just stand still for a moment and open your eyes, there is a huge amount to see and do here. Most people might think it's a bit boring, you know, you're out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, you're in the sticks. But I can assure you there is a massive amount to see and do. It really is incredible, and Chiang Rai in particular has some amazing places like the Black House, the White Temple. You've got the Doi Tong Mountains, you've got at the top of the Doi Tong Mountains, of course, you've got the Royal Villa, the gardens and everything else. It's just an immense place. As far as tourism is concerned, I personally think a lot of tourists really miss out on Chiang Rai because they don't consider it. They opt for places like Padi and Phuket and Hua Hin where the beaches are. I'm sorry to say that is not really Thailand. It's not representative of Thailand. It's become so westernized and basically lost its way. But up here, of course, this is still Thailand, the pure Thailand. You can be walking along here and somebody will stop me and ask me if I'm okay. Do I need anything to eat? I've had farmers walk out their fields, and you know, I've been walking along on my own, doing, you know, minding my own business, and I had farmers walk out and say, oh, are you okay? You know, are you lost? And would you like something to drink? Or would you like something to eat? They are extremely hospitable people. They're just lovely, absolutely lovely, and you can't knock that. You really can't. And yeah, if you're looking for a place to retire, oh, this is it. It's never going to get any better than this. And look, I'm as poor as a church mouse, and if I can do it on almost next to nothing, and if you've got a state pension, then you're going to live like a king up here. There's no two ways about that. It's I estimate you could comfortably live here on $1,000 a month very, very easily. So if you're looking for a place that's stress-free, and you really want to relax and enjoy, yeah, some absolutely stunning scenery and people that are really, really nice, Chiang Rai, #1 in the world, I reckon. It's just got to be the place. I don't think I've ever been happier. I really haven't. And I'm very fortunate. Again, another question I've been asked is about Pai and Pham. I am a very, very lucky guy. Pai is just a wonderful person. She's such a loving person. She's so giving. One of the kindest souls I know. And she's also my best mate, which is brilliant. I mean, you know, we do everything together. You can guarantee if I go out somewhere, I never go without Pai, and Pai never goes without me. And of course, when Pham's not at school, he's always with us as well. He's a super little fella. He really is a great little guy. He's a hoot. There's never a dull moment. I consider myself one of the luckiest fellas on the planet. Just look at this. How many people can say they're taking a stroll on a Saturday morning? It's about 9:30 now, and there's not a soul in sight. Not a soul. The only thing you can hear here is the birds and the crickets and the bugs. How beautiful is that? Now, all this lot in here was passion fruit, but it's just all been harvested, and in a few days time this will all be cleared, and then they'll start planting new ones. Pai's uncle grew a load of passion fruit and brought some round. Absolutely delicious. I mean, oh, straight off the vine, you can't beat it. It's so fresh. Another question, I know, when's Pai going to do some more cooking? Very shortly. We were thinking about it today, but other things have taken over, so yeah, it's not possible, but I'm hoping tomorrow. Well, poor old Pai, look, she's not a happy bunny. No. Her fever's finally gone, but she's still feeling a bit under the weather, but she is just itching to get in that water, which is why she got the fever in the first place. It's just too cold, but she's just itching to get in there, get some fish or snails, and poor old girl, she can't do it. Look, she's got to sit there and watch everybody. Never mind, honey. Next week, yeah? Okay. Oh, Pham, look. He's soaking wet, freezing cold, and he doesn't care. He's happy. Miความสุขไหม กินข้าว That's his breakfast with sticky rice, vegetables, And I believe there's some fish in there. A lawyer. Yeah, to be a kid again, eh? Cool. I wouldn't mind being a kid stuck out here though. Oh, what a life. Well, I've often been asked about duck eggs and do they really differ from chicken eggs? The answer is yes, and hugely so. Duck eggs are much, much richer. I mean, just look at the colour of the yolk. As you can see, it's really, really orange. I love them. Salt with lots of black pepper, little slice of fried bread and a little bit of olive oil. Absolutely perfect. Makes for a fantastic breakfast. And I'm starving. That's funny, isn't it? You've never heard that before. Well, I'm going to eat. I'll catch you in a bit. One of the questions we get asked an awful lot is that is Pi really into motorcycles? I mean, a lot of people have said, you know, I've talked about it on a number of occasions, what the bike that I like. Everybody knows the Z900, the new Kawasaki, is pretty cool. But my favourite all-time bike has got to be the BMW S1000R. Single R, that is, not the double R. I much prefer naked bikes. So, is Pi really into motorcycles? How can I put this? She's worse than I am. And she's expensive.
So guys, what do you think is my favorite motorcycle?
Yeah, nearly. She wants to know, what do you think her favourite motorcycle is? So come on guys, what do you think it is? I'll show you a picture, but what do you think she'd go for? I think you're going to be surprised. Here's the photo. It's the BMW R1200 GS. Yes, Pi's really into touring bikes. She really, really likes them. She likes the idea of having all those panniers and a top box and being able to, you know, sort of just pack the bike up and just go for really long trips. It's something that she'd like to really try doing. So there you go. It might be a bit of a surprise. It certainly surprised me when we started, you know, when we first got together and we started looking at motorcycles and bits and pieces. I was really surprised at the motorcycles that she chose. I thought she'd have gone for more of a, you know, a sports bike, but no. So there you have it. That's Pi's favourite motorcycle, and yes, she's worse than I am. She loves them. Well guys, that's about all from Pi and I today. We've got other things to do. We've got to go and see what Littleton's up to at the lake with his grandparents, and see about cooking later. Sorry I didn't get round to the cooking video today. That was the initial plan, but you know how things are. You've got waylaid and things to do, and you know. So, but Pi said that she'll try and do the cooking video tomorrow. What are you going to cook? There you go. It was a request from one of our subscribers, so that's what Pi's going to try and cook tomorrow for you. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, and remember, stay safe. Don't forget, please subscribe, share and like. Makes a huge amount of difference, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now guys.